Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. As you guys saw by the title, we will be playing with some viral makeup products of 2025. So these are products that I felt like, in my personal opinion, were going around for a little bit. We have all the chatter, like I was seeing so many people use them on, mostly on Instagram. I have, mostly Instagram is where I watch a lot of like the reels and stuff. So in my personal opinion, these products were viral for a little bit, if not of the full year of 2025. So we'll talk about them. For first, if you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Without further ado, let's just get started. I don't have like a full face of all the viral products. So I just have to fill in some products that are like my own. Like I don't have a viral hydrating primer, and my skin, it needs a hydrating primer before I put on makeup. So we're gonna pop this one on, and a couple other things that are not considered viral, but I'll put them down below in case you're wondering. I'm sure you're going to be curious, but I just want to pop on this NYX Duck Plump. I don't know, I'm scared about it actually, but it's been sitting there for a while, so I was like, you know, let's just try and see if I like it again, because I feel like I've only used it once. This is one though, yeah, do not get it on your inner lips. Don't swallow it, don't do it. Okay, now jumping into the viral products. So first we have the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I feel like this was viral though since it came out, but the reason why I was like this year specifically as well, because they came out with the jumbo one with the pump. I think it was only for like, you know, Primer Day or something like that. I don't think you could still buy it, but they also came out with like just like a jumbo version of this primer. Like they knew people were loving it and they're supporting that obsession by coming out with a million different versions of it. They know what they got, man. They do. And so I will definitely say that this is a viral product and still viral in 2025, of course. I'm sure it'll be viral next year. I'm sure they'll do some other version of this, you know, whether it's a different size or if it's, you know, they did the niacinamide one. They have the matte one. Like, I'm sure they will try to do something with this. Maybe a super glowy one. I don't know. Something like that next year. So for foundation, I feel like, at least from like what I can remember, I don't remember seeing a foundation specifically that was like super viral. I will say that this one in the beginning of the year was pretty viral. People were so shooketh with the just like the level of you know, it was like felt like a high-end foundation. It's the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint stick. I have the shade 11, and I know people were like kind of obsessed with this for a little while. It wasn't like, again, like it's hard. I feel like a lot of people kind of use their own foundation and so they don't always talk about one specific foundation, or at least I can't think of one specifically. Oh, you know what? I think the Urban Decay one, that one went viral for a little bit. People were, oh, that's right. People were obsessed with that freaking foundation. And some people still are, honestly. I've been watching a lot of declutters recently. I don't know why. I've just been in the mood. And a ton of people have been like, every time they talk about that, they're like, I love this foundation, so definitely keeping. And it shocks me every time. I like that foundation. I could have definitely made it work in my collection, but I don't know. It's just a little frustrating when you feel like someone a little like squishing you down a little bit, a brand a little bit. So I was like, you know what, let me just, I'm not going to talk about the product because I feel like it only creates feelings of frustration and anger. So we ignore. But anyway, this foundation is stunning. I was obsessed with it for a while and I'm still obsessed with it. I don't know if you can actually, yeah, it's going to be, see, I've used quite a bit of it, not too much. I definitely have to get better about my foundations in 2026, but this one is a great one. If you haven't tried it, it is like I think $18 or something like that, so I know that's kind of a lot, but it's so worth it. And again, it's high-end quality for $18-20 is not bad, you know. Then we're just going with the Kosas concealer. I honestly, concealer is another one that I don't know specifically any concealer that like kind of went crazy viral. I will say too, I feel like a lot of people were, honestly, I feel like I've seen this concealer a lot recently, and it's whether people were like, finally trying it for the first time. I feel like we're so far away. Whether people were finally trying it for the first time or if they were, you know, using it again in their collection, whatever it was, I felt like people were like, you know, kind of going back to this recently. And so I've seen a lot of people who are just like similar to the Urban Decay foundation where they're like, oh, love this concealer, blah, 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 blah. And I haven't seen any like negatives about this concealer, so we'll count it. But honestly, I'm sure that there are ones that are a little bit more popular. This one is so good though, so it's like whatever, why fix what ain't broke. I'm just gonna set my under eyes. I wouldn't say that this is a viral product of 2025, but I just need to use something under my eyes really quick. I'm just realizing that I hate this. And I don't know why, I just keep it. Okay. We're gonna pop on a different lip balm. Ugh. Yeah. That truly has to go. I feel like no matter how careful you are, it somehow still gets in your mouth, and then that's disgusting. Putrid. Okay, then we're going with this. So this one I toyed around with because I was like, is this kind of viral? But I feel like people still, again, to this day, just talk about how good of a staple like cream bronzer this is to have and to use. And like, again, if you're looking for a drugstore product, this one is incredible. I still feel like I hear so many people going back to this and talking about this, referring to it, the whole nine. And so I'm like, you know what, let's just take the W, because it is an incredible cream bronzer. You can see I have a giant pan in it, and it's just so good. It honestly, another one that feels high-end. Milani. They have some terrible products, but they also have some amazing, amazing products. I shouldn't say terrible because I haven't tried a lot of their products in a while, but they have some, you know, duds, but they also have some amazing, amazing products that are just like 10 out of 10, this being one of them. But they're on a whole nother level, and they're so good. And I mean, their prices, I think this is probably like a $10-11, maybe $12. I feel like it wasn't too expensive for the amount of products you get. I feel like it lasted a really long time. 6 grams, so I don't know, but that feels like it's taking me forever to hit pan, so just saying. I just love how my skin looks right now. Next, of course, we have to go in with Miss Rhode. My other option was the Milk Makeup because I know that this went viral for a little bit. I don't know. I love this stain. I think the color is so pretty, but I will say too, the stain is just sometimes annoying because it's hard to, so for like a cream blush, what I like to do is I'll take my same bronzer brush and tap it off. See, I'll tap it off on the back of my hand, and to make sure, especially if I know the blush is super pigmented. This one's not overly pigmented, but like the Milk ones can get super pigmented. So I'll tap it off on the back of my hand, and then my hand is stained. So I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that. And so it gets annoying a lot of the time. And so I'm so, like, then if you draw it on, forget it, you'll look crazy. So it's just kind of annoying, and I know that's so like particular. I feel like it is good like if you're wearing, you know, it all day, all night, like you're wearing it for like that longevity, but it is kind of annoying for everyday use, you know, in my opinion. But this Rhode one is stunning. I think first of all, the whole vibe I have going on today is so jutzy. I love it. I forgot to put on earrings, but just this color is so stunning. The formula is actually really nice. This is only like my second or third time trying it. I haven't worn it too much, and I already know it's incredible. Like, and I was ready to be the biggest hater. I ain't even gonna lie, because I was like, I personally am anti people can, you know, lie about products and say that they're so good because someone's famous. Like, I will not stand for that. I will not, definitely will not do that. And so I was like, but this is incredible, and I have no affiliation or I don't follow anything Rhode or Hailey Bieber, so I will tell you this is just a straight up incredible product. It's so good. It's so good. I have the shade Tan Line, and I probably wouldn't pick up another shade because the shade is kind of like perfect. The Milk one, I have the shade Chill. It actually is a really nice color too. It's just, again, it gets so messy. It's so pretty though. It's not as red as it looks. It's a little bit more like nudie pink. This one surprised me, came out of nowhere, but I honestly would say this one and the Makeup by Mario both equally were pretty viral. The thing with Makeup by Mario is I feel like that a lot of his products, they just kind of like slide into people's collections, so they're not talked about as much as some other products, but I feel like they become like a staple in people's routine. But I will say this one I have seen a little bit more. Again, I've been watching a lot of declutters recently, and this one, sure enough, a lot of people are like, definitely keeping, I'm obsessed. And I was surprised because I feel like I haven't seen too many people talk about this, and I love it. Like the way that I love it, I was, you know, surprised that people loved it, as I thought people didn't like it as much. But I could definitely see too, a lot of people have the frustration of, I'm trying to get some powder out without getting too much out. I know a lot of people have the same frustration that like, what colors did they choose? Like, why did they not just do like the skin tone colors? They did pink, they did, this is banana, yeah, this is the translucent buttery, sorry. They did like a, but it's like kind of yellow. They did pink, I think they did they do purple? I don't know. They did a couple colors. Like none of them are really skin tones, and so it's annoying. And I understand that. They should have, and they still haven't come out with more. But it's like this, and then like obviously if you like the pink one, I don't know. Maybe if you're lighter skin tone, you can use that all over your face. But like the pink, to me in my brain, I'm like, you use that under your eyes, right? You think you're gonna use this up under your eyes only? Girl, you can have this powder forever. So I love this powder. I think it's an incredible, it looks stunning every single time. It holds a little bit of that, you know, like glow that you have going on, but still sets your makeup. And so I think it's perfect. It looks stunning. 10 out of 10, would recommend. But obviously you get a lot of products, so if you're someone who has a really big makeup collection, specifically setting powders, I would probably like you know, just double check and see if you can. I knew that was gonna happen. How did I know that was gonna happen? Double check and see if you can use it up, was all I was trying to say. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple products like my brows. I'm gonna add a little bit of setting spray, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I literally forgot a couple things. I forgot I had a lip balm in here. I feel like this one's viral right now. This is actually the Vaseline. It's the Marshmallow Kiss little like lip balm. So I do have this one and the mint one. The Marshmallow Kiss is the best one. It's so good. Well, I've only tried the two, but it's so good that like I could see why it's viral. The thing is that like I work at Target and we've put out a million of these, and right now we have no more Marshmallow Kiss out. And so maybe in the back, I haven't been to work it. I don't work until when I go to work, I guess I could see, but I'm pretty positive that they would have put them out if they had them in the back. So I'm gonna bet my bottom dollar that they're probably sold out of this one. They have the mint one, they have some sugar cookie, and then they have like the pomegranate and the champagne spritz random ones. But these are not out there anymore, but they're so good. They smell so good. It's so nice. The Vaseline is just not like my favorite. If I'm wearing a lip balm, I want it to be like a little bit more glossy as well, but like, come on, these are so cute. But the reason why I was like, oh crap, is because we have to put on the most famous most viral lipstick of all, Rudolph the. This is the Sacheu, I don't know how to say it, the lip liner stain. I have the shade 02 Mauve, and so I did use this in a video, but we're gonna pop it on again, and hopefully it looks a little bit better this time. It wasn't too bad last time, honestly. Okay, so obviously it looks a little bit crazy, but this lip stain, I'm sure you've seen it everywhere. YouTubers, Love Island, I think is using it. Like random people, it looks so crazy right now. So anyway, you've seen it all over. I think they make it look so much easier than it is. This is the one where you have to wait 10 to 15 minutes and then peel it off. I think they always are like, ooh, and it, you know, you still have to like, there's still stuff, whatever. But when you're putting it on, you have to make sure it's even. Make sure it's even and it's pretty thick because you want it to dry in a way that you could peel it off and not just in a way that you have to like scrub off. So it is a little bit, and then it starts to dry down. So then it starts to dry out your lips a little bit. So you got to make sure they're pretty moisturized before you put this on, because obviously you could put a product on after you take it off, but there's this process sometimes is so annoying because you're like, it's like drying out your lips slowly but surely. But anyway, okay, let me, I forgot one product that I didn't do, bronzer really quick. Okay, so for blush, I have two here. So recently, of course, people have been obsessed with the Huda Beauty blush filter thing. I think this is so freaking good. I think it's rightfully so, but it's so funny that I feel like, I don't know, I feel like blush palettes they had their moment and then now they're back. I don't know. I just love it though. It's so good. The formula is incredible, but I've seen everyone and their mother talk about these. So I think the thing too is that, you know, whether they like them or they don't, people are talking about them. Although I haven't seen a bad review, so I think they do. Anyway, this one also though, people were obsessed and are still obsessed with the YSL Make Me Blush. It is so bomb. So freaking bomb. I have the shade 37 and I'm super obsessed. I look like a clown with like my lips and stuff. It's just like so ugly. Oh, well, now we're gonna just mix the colors, I guess. It's so beautiful. The formula is superb. It's so pillowy smooth. I've used this a ton and you can't even really tell. Like, it is so good. And obviously it's expensive, but I will say it's worth it. It's worth it. You can see too, like, I don't know if you can tell, you can see them like drying out. It looks so gross and it's so annoying. But the problem is, I said this before, the problem is like all these complaints and stuff, and sorry, my chair is so annoying. All these complaints and stuff, and it just looks so good at the end result, so it's worth it. Oh crap, I forgot. Usually I like to do this before I put on anything, but we're gonna just try our best. This definitely went viral. The Tarte Go with the Faux. And I have the shade medium, the Freckle stamp, but I know for a fact people, whether they use this one or not, faux freckles definitely had their moment this year. So come on now. They're honestly a little bit hard for me because I'm not the best. It's hard to like see, like, you know how like, you know, some people have natural freckles, so they kind of just like follow the natural freckles. It's hard to just like create a sporadic freckle pattern with nothing to go off of, but I think I'm getting the hang of it a little bit. You can't really tell, but you can see a little bit. I think I'm getting the hang of it. When I do it after my foundation, well, this is just what I've noticed. If you do it after your foundation, you're gonna want to like stamp it in pretty quickly, or like go over it with your foundation brush, because like when you stamp it on right away, it looks crazy. It's so pigmented, but you kind of want it to look a lot more natural. Because if you think about it this way, like if you have natural freckles and you're putting on makeup, they're gonna look very light. They're not gonna look super like through. Obviously depending on if you're like, you know, doing the freckles without wearing makeup or like with just like a skin tint or something, like I'm sure you'll be fine. But if I got a full face of makeup on, like they should not be super dark. So I kind of just do it so they're pretty light, but it is easier in my opinion to do them before your foundation, because then once you put foundation over it, gives that like natural looking freckle effect. I don't know, it's still a learning curve for me, but I really like this. So it's definitely viral though. Okay, almost done. This, you guys, first of all, I thought I was like on a moon by myself. I'm like, this is the best setting spray. I don't know why we're arguing over like what's the most long lasting setting spray. It's this one. I have heard that this is basically the same as the Patrick Ta one. I've never tried that one. So if you're like looking for a dupe, I've heard that this is a dupe. But this is incredible. Like I've worn it, given it to my sisters, everyone I've done. Every time I do a wedding, every time I go to a wedding, or a party, whatever it is that I want my makeup to stay, I wear this one. Anyway, this is like hairspray for your face, and I always warn people too before I sprayed on them, because I'm like, it's gonna smell like hairspray, I promise. It says right there, big letters, makeup setting spray. But this locks the house. Let me spray it really quick. it puts your makeup on lock. Like, it's not going anywhere, nowhere. The thing with this one, I just swallowed it. The thing with this one is, first of all, yeah, if you swallow it, it's disgusting. The thing with this one is if your skin is like you want something to refresh your makeup or to add a little bit of glow or a little bit of hydration, this one is definitely not it. Honestly, I would recommend using 2 setting sprays. So one that's going to hydrate, set your makeup, melt the powders into the face, and then going on top of it with this one, because this one really is just for that longevity. It's going to lock in your makeup. So it does like a little bit. I would not call it a matte setting spray. Maybe it is though. Like, I don't feel like it dries out my dry skin. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like once I have my foundation on, it does like make it a little bit more like soft matte. Like, it makes it look closer to matte. But I don't feel like my skin ever looks dry or like fully matte. Like, you can see the glow. So like, I'm trying to explain it to you, but you can literally see it. But it still is not going anywhere. So you have to kind of like learn with this setting spray, I feel like, but it is so bomb. And the reason why I was so surprised how viral this is because, again, I work at Target. So at Target, we be restocking these like every time I work. I'm like, what? And literally this setting spray has like 4 different like rows on the like shelf, and you restock like 20 at a time sometimes. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? But I don't know. I think I can. It's been long enough. I could take off this lippy. We're gonna just try because I kind of want it off now. So you can see like there are some spots that are like kind of left over that like just don't really peel. I guess you gotta just get in there, get them. And there you have it. I feel like sometimes it looks way lighter than this. Sometimes, like, I feel like it never looks the same, but it always does look pretty. I feel like this just looks like a lot. But anyway, we're going to finish off with these Laneige Donut. They're the Glaze Craze Tinted Lip Serums. These definitely had their viral moments. So we have Sugar Glaze and Cinnamon Sugar. I love these. Honestly, I need to use them way more often than I do. I think we'll put on the purple one, actually. Let me give her a shake, because I feel like the one time I went to put this on, it was like coming out weird. Yeah, I think that's fine. These are super pretty. I'm not gonna lie. They're stunning. The formula is really, really nice. I always say if you want like a more pigmented version of the Laneige, of the Summer Fridays, I would go with these because they're very, very similar, but obviously these are more so for that pigmentation. I feel like I need some mascara. I just didn't really have a viral one. Actually, we're just gonna go with a little bit of Tarte. I was gonna try a new mascara, but I was like, you know what, let me just be better about rolling, out mascaras before I roll some new ones in, because I don't need to end up with a million mascaras open, All right. Here's the finished look, guys. What do you think? We're super bronzed, but that's just the usual because I'm trying to use up my bronzer. So I just be looking so bronzed, but I'm obsessed. Anyway, guys, let me know what viral products you've tried. Which ones have you loved? Did I miss any? There's a good chance that I did. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys didn't see that video where I reorganized kind of like my setting sprays, my perfumes, definitely go check it out because I was so happy about it. And literally it was like 3 hours later I checked and 3 people watched it, and I said, wait, that's not happened in a long time for a video. So I would definitely check it out. It was super fun, and it was not that long, so please watch. All right, guys, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.